Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. You're watching Seeing the Unseen with Christopher LaPrath. My name's Kenan, his son and the producer of the show. Now, tonight's title uh, came about as a result of the things that I'm learning with my yoga training. Uh, Here, not there, is this concept that there's something inherently wrong with here. So we're trying to get there, wherever that is. Um, and it's the cause of misery for so many people, just being discontent with the here and now. One of the things I grew up with as a kid on my mom's wall was a quote from Eckhart Tolle that said basically, there is only now. There's never a time when it is not now, and we can only be happy now. So, why not be happy? It's a choice. Anyway, quick piece of housekeeping for anyone who might be out there joining us for the very first time. Be sure to say something in the chat so I know you're here. Um, the first time, of course, it's always free for readings, and then going forward, it's $10 per reading, or you can pay $100 and cover the entire month. Now, um, that's all I've got to say for this evening. I know Christopher's got some great things to share with you on the topic, and uh, I know we'll have some great readings as well. So thanks for tuning in. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Here's Christopher.
Hey, happy Wednesday night. I light the incense for you with my fancy new lighter. It definitely does the trick, but it's blessing you with being here, being now. And if you're here on the show, say something in one of the chats. Just say hello. We may not necessarily know who you are. We'll still do a reading for you. So let us know you're here. Otherwise, we won't know that you're there. So be here, be now. That's the blessing for tonight. When I was growing up, I took a road trip with my sister and her daughter. Carla was about 3 years old. And we had to travel a long way. So as a little kid, normally in the back seat, she kept asking, "Are we here yet? Are we here yet?" And we know that she meant, "Are we there yet?" But it made us laugh because are we here yet? Yes, we're here. But what level of presence are we here? That's the attitude. And other people's urgency can pull us out of here and now. And remember that saying, your urgency is not my emergency. Okay? But notice how the energy, if something is demanding or they need your help and they need it right away, how you get pulled out of yourself and out of the now and wanting to be there. Come back in, be here, be now, be present. So that's the blessing I want to give you all tonight. The Buddhist structure is that the result of all human suffering is craving. Now, I'm not talking about desire, because having desire is fine, it's good. But craving is different. Craving is deeper. There's a craving for existence. There's a craving for sensual pleasure. And there's a craving for non-existence. Let me explain that. Craving is a neurotic level of desire. For instance, this neurotic fear of death. We've talked on the show that what you fear, you create. And so wars and fighting are created because of this conscious or even unconscious fear of death, this craving for existence. That is an unbalanced desire. Okay. So really, when you cut through this craving for existence, in a way, you've transcended death. because we understand, as many of you on the show, we've come to really understand that death is not what we think it is. So this craving for this neurotic obsession with our own existence takes on many forms. Lots of different aspects of that craving pop up, like craving for security, craving for success, craving for power, affection, recognition, certainty. Craving for certainty. I want things to be certain. No, this whole life, the deal is, everyone, and I know you know this, the whole deal is impermanence. It's all about impermanence. It's all about letting go. And my book, Things the Dead Fear, the dead aren't just the dead. The dead are people that are alive here on this planet that feel stuck. They fear being stuck. And so it's letting go, and that's what this show is about. It's what I love about it. You know, I have to share, is Marilyn Pitts on tonight?
Yes, she is.
Okay. So I wanted to share an example of this. My battery's dying, but I'll try to get this picture up real quick. So Marilyn, after the show, or Monday night, Marilyn texted me this picture because her grandfather came through and he was talking about this round table. Well, 2 days, so on Saturday, I believe, her brother had sent her pictures that she'd never seen before. And here's a picture. There's Marilyn in the high chair. Everybody recognize her? This is around this oval table was around the grandfather's house, at the grandfather's house. And this is what he was talking about. But I love that story. I love that idea that this whole life is about transition. And her grandfather coming through was really precious, because I had no idea that she'd gotten those pictures, but that's what he was talking about when he came through on the show. So the group card tonight really ties in with this really well. It's called Crystal Skull Wisdom. Now, some of you maybe have seen in crystal shops, you've seen crystal skulls. I'm not like, I think the crystal is beautiful because quartz crystal is known for its, it's what, crystals are what's used in computer chips, right? Or used to be used in computer chips. But it's to amplify energy. Crystals are used to amplify energy and to store information. So that's why, you know, I have here on my desk this Lemurian crystal. But the crystal skulls are used to help clear the head, help people stay in the here, stay in the now, and stay out of the there, or the what if, or the shoulds, or the need tos, or the have tos. Stay now, stay present. And so that's the point of the crystal skull, because it's talking about clarity. That's the theme for tonight, is clarity. And clarity really only comes from now. It comes from here. It's about divine healing. To be completely present. If you're going in for a shot, or you need to go see the doctor, you need to be in front of the doctor. You need to be right here, right now, in front of the doctor. He can't really give you a shot or give you medication if you're running down the street. Okay? If you're there, you have to be here with the doctor. If that makes sense. Did I explain that okay? Okay. All right. So this is about blessing all of you with clear mindedness. So you think of a crystal skull and how clear it is, how opaque it is, and how beautiful it is. That's the beauty of this. is being able to see all aspects of life becoming clearer and clearer, and more ahas. More ahas about understanding and seeing the pieces all come together and fit together. Even though at the time that we're going through them, we may not know how they're all fitting together. So this is being able to directly download the information from source, from your, however you picture source, higher self, God, however it is that you use that term. It's this being able to connect for inner guidance, not outer guidance, not over there, right? Here, now. And then being able to follow that information that you receive from your inner guidance. And so a lot of this show, so Lana, you're the first on the show. So if you could turn to page, I just needed to find out, I just have a quick question. If you could turn to page 4721 and look at question 19, what did you get for that answer on question number 19? On page 4371. Oh, and Diane on page 722, question 27. What did you get for that answer? In the book of life. You know, we're experiencing life on different frequencies, different levels, and having different experiences. And to me, that's why we're all here, is to what is it that we can contribute toward each other in sharing and comparing some of our stories. Like every one of you on the show, you know, from Lindsay, from several months ago, talking about the Jaguar, and she'd gone out that day and gotten actually a ceramic Jaguar. Marilyn Pitts, the story just with her grandfather and the round table. So many of these so-called synchronicities help us all get the ahas. So when I pull a card for you, if you're watching the show, when I pull a card for you individually, if the card isn't for you directly, it still has a message somehow. And the energy behind it helps to change the energy for not only yourself, but for everyone. Okay, so Lana's first, right?
Well, it's Diane and then Lana.
It's Diane first. Okay, good. Okay. So for the last 2 or 3 years, it's been said that there's this bifurcation going on with mankind. And what that is people that get it and people that don't get it. And so this is, universe, show me now what I need to get. And not forcing it or becoming stuck in a certain point of view. So Diane, this is the work card. It's the pyramid. Now, when we think about pyramids in Egypt, there are 1,000 theories about how those pyramids were built. In actuality, we don't know. This is what I look at this as a pyramid on drones. Okay, it is being able to, universe, make me more flexible, less judgmental. In fact, non-judgmental. Universe, show me how to be non-judgmental or non-predictive. And so I can tell people, okay, this is what I see happening. But I'm not stuck on that outcome having to be. I've told this story before. One time, years ago, my boss comes in and I said, "Oh, you're going to get this promotion." And nobody even knew about a promotion. A week later, there was a promotion come up. There were 40 people that applied for this promotion. I said, "Oh, you're going to get it." She comes in. I go, "Did you get it?" And she goes, "No, somebody else got it." I go, No, you're going to get it. I just know you're going to get it." And it wasn't that I was trying to force my point of view. It was just like I knew. Well, the person that actually had got it stepped down, and she got the position 3 days later. So my point is be flexible and be careful what it is that you're predicting or worrying about, and be free of making other people's urgency your emergency. Okay, who's next? Okay, hey Lanny. This is there's something to do with a snake here. This is the universe card. A snake molts. It changes its skin. It's a symbol of rejuvenation. It's a symbol of newness. And we talked about on Monday night about you teaching what it is that you know. And when a snake sheds its skin, it's really, maybe you've seen it on YouTube, it's kind of uncomfortable. It has to rub up against things to get that skin off. This is allowing this to occur naturally, these changes that you're going through. And again, kind of like Diane's card, not forcing things, but trusting your gut with it. And knowing that you're shedding an old layer, you're shedding an old way of being, an old way of thinking, and there's a new Lana emerging, a new way of doing things, and an awareness that these are like awarenesses that are coming through. But the universe card is right up there with the sun card. It's everything. So there was an old story I heard about this man that lived in a shanty, and this old donkey that was just burdened down. The donkey was just tattered and hair missing and dirty, just really dirty, and smelled to high heaven. And it had a couple saddlebags on it. Now, the man could have turned the donkey away, but he didn't. And in the saddlebags were gold and jewels. So this is looking beyond initial appearances and looking what is there for you, looking in the saddlebags. Okay, this person or this situation's really rough, but where's the pony and all the horse crap, right? With all this horse crap, there's got to be a pony in here somewhere. And it's not just having a positive outlook, it's knowing that there's this positive outcome for it. So that's a really great card.
you've got Abby Maryland.
Okay, my dear Abby and Marilyn. Give me just a minute, Marilyn. It's coming. So this is the indolence card. I had to look up the actual, I wanted to get a little bit more insight into the word indolence. Indolence means avoidance of activity or exertion. My failure is probably due to my own indolence. That's an example. That's Webster's dictionary sentence. My failure is probably due to my own indolence or avoidance of activity. So, anywhere where you've judged yourself as having put things off, or anywhere where you have felt like you've been avoiding people or situations, or avoiding saying something about something, are you willing to let go of all of that guilt? Because there's a divine, they want to remind you that there's a divine timing. Like, you're very in tune, you're very aware. This is a reminder, trust that intuition. Trust that indolence or that avoidance, because there's no laziness. There's no laziness with you whatsoever. But when you do feel lazy, be lazy, without any judgment on yourself that I need to be doing something, right? And changing your definition of into being rather than doing. People define themselves by all the things that they've done in their life, but who have they become is the important thing while they're doing it. So I have a master's degree. I'll give you an example. I know you're very well educated too. If you'd ask me, I can't quote, I don't remember any of the books. I don't remember any of the papers I did in order to get to the point of having a master's degree. But it's what I became during that whole 8-9 year process of getting all the way through my master's degree. It was who I became, not the facts and figures. This is like you've done a lot of work on yourself. And it's reminding you to clean out any of those like lingering blackheads, lingering circles around the judgment around doing or not doing, and be happy with simply being. Because being here, being now, people think, well, I'm not there yet, but it also goes in the past. when you're doing, oh, I coulda, shoulda, woulda done, or I coulda, woulda, shoulda said that, I coulda, that's there. It's in the past, but it's not here, it's not now. So this is giving you more power to be in the here and the now, and free of all judgment on yourself around that it's okay to be lazy. And anywhere, oh, okay, all right, you're doing really good, Marilyn, because now I feel it like breaking, like the iceberg's breaking up, she's breaking up. It's the, anywhere where anyone ever said to you that you were lazy or you were procrastinating, are you willing to let go of that? That's a projection. Okay, my dear Abby. So, Abby, how good of a passenger are you? So I easily and comfortably go with the flow. I easily and comfortably go with the flow. So I used to, years ago, I used to have this roommate, and when I would drive, she'd be constantly and she would constantly like grabbing the seatbelt or I would slow down or I would stop, and she'd like, grab the handrail, grab the hand grip, like or grab the dash. She'd like grab the dash, like, what are you doing? Because she was not a good passenger. She was just like knee-jerk response on every little thing that I did while I was driving. So this is you taking a ride and giving you credit. So look at this knight on this horse that is rearing. This knight can handle the horse, especially when it's rearing. So every one of us, can you give yourself a little credit when life gets a little rough? Come on. You know how to ride a horse, especially when it's rearing. And then go with the flow, Abby. How about thinking about this? Everything in life is a wreath. Everything in life is a wreath. And you know that when you create a wreath, like the one you just posted today, and I shared it with everyone, the Halloween one, I just thought it was brilliant with the purple and the blacks and all of that. So Abby, everyone makes wreaths, and she's extraordinary at it. And she puts a certain energy in them. So I encourage every one of you to get a wreath for Christmas from her or give a wreath. It's on Etsy.com. It's Wreath It by Abby, A-B-B-I-E. Anyway, if you look at everything, Abby, you sit and you think about what you would like to do or how you would like that wreath to turn out. And they're extraordinary. Like, they turn out even better probably than you can imagine. Do life like that. How about everybody do life like Abby does wreaths? Okay? All right. Who's next?
Lindsay and Austin.
All right, my dear Lindsay, my dear Austin.
Lindsay doesn't believe it's been a year since the Jaguar.
It's been a year since the Jaguar, Lindsay? Oh my gosh. Okay. So, Lindsay, I think you might like this card. fact, I think everybody on the show will like this card. And this is, I don't have to go very deep into this. This is the Wealth card. Look at, and Austin can help you with this, investing in gold. But in for a penny, in for a pound. Go for it. Absolutely go for it, Lindsay. You are an incredible artist. But your whole life is an incredible piece of art. Your children, your home, your job, your work, your relationships. It's all this incredible, interwoven, interlocking mastery of a masterpiece tapestry. See the wealth in that. Pick up the penny that's on the ground. It's seeing the worth in the penny, or seeing the meaning of finding a penny. And you can actually Google this. What does it mean to find a penny? In valuing just even that small piece of wealth is very metaphorical of, oh, I just really value that last breath. Oh, I really value this breath. That breath is a penny. That breath adds up to an entire invaluable, unbelievably valuable lifetime. So, but it is also more money coming your way. All right, Austin. And you got the Ace of Cups. Kudos to you, Austin, for cleaning your cup. So let me give you an illustration. I drink some of this. They're called Ultima. They're electrolyte. You add it to the water. Well, I had a cup. I had my water and electrolytes in it, and then I thought, well, I don't want to dirty another cup, so I rinsed the cup out and I made a cup of coffee. This is called the Ace of Cups. This is emotionally cleansing old stuff that you were drinking and changing it up. So this is literally cleansing your body. So really pay attention to what you're eating and what you're drinking, and cut down on any drinking. This is purifying the soul. This is purifying the body and getting it up to speed to where you're going spiritually and mentally. And your awareness that you're connected to the web. And so these synchronicities are going to start happening more and more often. Okay. Who's next?
Austin.
I just did. Austin.
I thought you got it. All right, so Marilyn.
Okay, my dear Marilyn. Okay. So I love this card because it's the card that comes up for like pregnancy or new hairstyles or both. So I'm going to go with the new hairstyle first. But spending a little money on yourself. It's like going to get your nails done, going to get the pedicure, going to get the massage, going to spend some money on yourself, getting your hair the way you really love it. Because it's energetically, you're wanting to energetically upgrade the body to match where you've come and how far you've come spiritually. It's a reminder of when you look into a mirror to remind you how far you've come. Look at how far you've come in the past few months, in the past year. I mean, amazing, amazing stories. The walking cane or the walking stick, the grandfather, the changing out your clothes. But this is like spending the money on yourself, but doing it in a physical sense so that it helps you when you look into a mirror. You know, really feeling beautiful and knowing how beautiful you are. Changing things up a bit. Okay, good. Awesome. All right. And then we have
Jared and Kat.
Jared and Kat. Okay, Jared. So this is kind of a if you're all familiar with feng shui is an Oriental study of the placement of things in your house and where they're placed and what they are have certain energies. So, for instance, if you're buying a business, one of the rules of thumb is make sure that the business that you're buying or the building that you're going to be putting your business in, that the last business that was in there was a success. If it wasn't, you have to do a lot of clearing of the energies around that building or that house in order to move in a new energy of where you want to go with your business or how you want to live, and clearing out that old, the old fear. You know, because if there's been a fire, you know, you can still smell sometimes that smoke in the house. And so this is being sensitive to projections from other people around failure. A lot of people have even an unconscious belief around failure. Like this craving we were talking about in the beginning of the show, this craving for success. And success is obscure to them. Even if they were making millions of dollars, they could be still craving more because they haven't really defined success or never are in the now. They're never present. So anywhere, Jared, around you that you're sensing people are projecting failure, or they have that, Pigpen, the comic book character from Charlie Brown, the kid that always had the dark cloud around him of dust and dirt. They used to call him Pigpen. It's returning to sender. That's in your head. It's important to go return that energy to the sender and go, this is your belief, not mine. This is your belief, not mine. Because you have a true desire. You have a true desire to help people. You have a true desire to help your family. And be free of the craving of power, affection, and recognition. But the desire is fine. But then don't invite Eeyore to the party, because Eeyore gets his kicks from droopy ears and the constant belief that, oh, my tail's gonna fall off. That's Eeyore, and be free of being around those type of people. Be free of the effort of trying to make them happy. You don't have the power to make them happy. And they have had the belief system that other people need to make them happy. So you see how it can create like this imbalance where, oh, I have to make people happy. Oh, and then you get around people that go, people need to make me happy. Oh, I need to make people happy. Oh, people need to make me happy. And this is attracting a whole new crowd. A whole new crowd of very, very successful people. Surround yourself with successful people. All right, my dear cat. I have nothing against religion. I think religion is very, or church, I should say church. Church is fine unless you're jumping through hoops. Unless you're not true to who you are or true to yourself. And I'm speaking. I was a missionary for many years. Okay. So it was very easy at that time for me to judge others. Well, they're going after money. That means that they're not very spiritual. They're not really close to God. They're going after they spend way too much time with their family. They need to be doing more church work. It was that type of judgment. But then it would circle back on me, where I could feel other people's. I would miss church on Sunday, and people go, "Are you okay with God? You miss church." I'm not saying you're doing that. I'm saying this is being projected on you from other people. So this is very similar to Jared's card, the failure card, and so this book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, I don't know, it's probably what that book's like 40, 50 years old now. Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. But they talk in there about Kat, people are taught to play games. So it's especially true with any organization. It doesn't have to be church, but it can be true with any organization, any business. They're taught to play games in their head, but then they don't tell you the rules. And so in their head, you're breaking the rules. Well, who needs that energy? So this is the reason I'm getting that is this sword through the judgment of the church. Ugh. Release and clear that. Move on. You're doing great. You're doing absolutely fantastic. But if either of you are feeling a little bit funky, that's where it's coming from. All right, here we go.
Melinda.
Huh?
It's Melinda.
Mindy. Okay, my dear Mindy. Okay, Mindy, first of all, hydrate. Hydrate. I'm not talking about drinking more water. I feel so much better now that I've added these electrolytes to my water, right? And I just use the brand Ultima, Ultima. It's on Amazon. You can order it. But this is stretching, Melinda. Really important. Do light stretching. Look on YouTube. Watch some yoga videos. Don't do strenuous yoga. But it's important to move the lymphatic system for you. Please start doing these stretches. Very light, nothing strenuous, but start watching some videos on that. And then electrolytes. And I didn't know, so I went and had the IV therapy, and the nurse couldn't find my vein. And they're like, "You're really dehydrated." And I go, "No, I drink a gallon of water a day. I don't care. You're dehydrated. You're not getting the electrolytes." So I started doing these electrolytes, and I'm like, wow, my energy is through the roof. So definitely do that. And then so we talked about this Monday night with Abby. When Abby brought up this question about people's stories and their stories having an energy that's attached to it. And so when they retell the story, that energy just gets going again, and they get addicted to that energy. They get addicted to that negativity. Well, they want to pass it on. They want to share. They want to share their negativity. No, thank you. It's like giving you a sip of their drink out of a dirty cup that's all lipstick stained. Ugh. Again, this is very similar to Kat and Jared. Stay away from that type of influence. And stop them in their story. Change the subject. Okay.
Last is Teresa.
Hey, Teresa, my dear. Thanks so much for being here. All right. So, Teresa, think about going to cheerleading camp. This is the victory card. It's VICTORY. It is how you spell victory. I'm always and forever free of the need to fight battles. Again, I'm going to go back to the beginning where your urgency is not my emergency. Other people's urgency, you do not have. You're free of making your emergency, but they want you to make it your emergency. Otherwise, you know what? You don't care about me. If you don't do this for me right now, you don't care about me. It's called manipulation. And you've come really, really far. Continue to keep going. You're here to be victorious. You are victorious. This too shall pass. It's literally clearing. It's like opening the windows and letting out this imposed restriction. And it's very similar. I'm going to go back to Kat and Jared. It's very similar to projections put upon you. I'm always and forever a good person. You're a good person, Teresa. And I'm always and forever free of the need to play other people's games. I'm always and forever free of playing other people's games. Games that they themselves don't even know the rules to. Or they make up rules at the last minute and change the game in their head and don't tell you. You're victorious in your own life. You're doing awesome. Okay, we got everybody?
That's everyone.
Oh my gosh, that's everybody. I love you all very, very much. We'll do this Sunday night again. Have a very, very blessed week. What an incredible card to end the reading with. Victory. Okay, this is victory. And I wish you all, I send you great, victorious week. And I want to hear all of your stories, and I want to hear all of your victories. Love you all very much. Have a great, great night.